So you get all excited about the seminar that you've gone to, and you're excited about the whole idea of real estate investing. And then the reality hits you as you find out that this is what you were excited about. Now I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what I want to do today is talk to you in the second part of our video series, Straight Talk about wholesale real estate. Let's talk about CRMs that work, that help you keep track of this, because this is actually the kind of house that if you're going to do wholesale, you want to get into so you can make yourself a spread, and with that spread, then you can get a investor, maybe a sweat equity investor, or an investor who wants to rent to buy that house. So that's the idea. And with that, then you want to make sure that you have the right kind of systems to help you be successful in what you're doing. And we're going to talk about those systems right now. And let's get to the second video that we have here today, and it's about the systems and which ones, maybe which are the best CRMs that are the ones you want to use. Now let's talk about CRMs first of all. CRMs should have skip tracing, lead scraping, involved lowering the barrier to effectiveness. But you need skill and you need the right kind of wisdom to access. And with that, you need to understand contracts or seller psychology. Worked with one of the experts in the industry, and I would say that person knew his contracts real well, and that was extremely helpful. Grateful for that. The market is flooded with lowballers or ghosters, and that happens a lot. Boy, you hear that a lot, is people ghosting. And they don't follow up. They don't do the things. You know, it takes 15 to 18 times to get a hold of somebody. Most people give up after 2 or 3 times. So you've got to be somebody who's going to be persistent and consistent no matter what. Now, that doesn't mean that, as I've often said, troubled houses, take a look at this one, okay, equal troubled people. This guy sold it to not one, but 2 people. And what has it been? Trouble. But there's a payday at the end of the day. We're working through title right now. I joined with the other wholesaler because he called me and he was going to come over here. He had permission from the owner to mow the lawn. And then he found out that somebody else had marketing up here and we had one of our signs. And he said, help me understand what's going on here. And I said, well, I've had this under contract. And it ended up 10 days longer than he did. But he was smarter than me. He got it for a better price because he was there local. I tried to do it virtually. Doesn't mean you can't. It means that you're going to run into more issues. So the market's flooded with lowballers, ghosters, sellers, very true, are very skeptical and harder to convert. And boy, have we seen that true. More and more. And getting to the lead, building trust, community with the person that you're talking to, that separates the pros from the posers. And I always say this to students that I've taught to, is you got to build that trust and rapport. You're 60% of the way to closing the deal if you can connect with somebody at the heart. Take the time to do that. So response time is everything. So what enables us to get a better response time is the right kind of CRM. Now, one of my friends has been in wholesaling for 25 years. And he simply says that this is the number one CRM that he's come across. And if this man says that, then I'll take it to the bank because he knows what he's talking about. REI Simply. It's an all-in-one platform. It's specifically built from the ground up for real estate investors and wholesalers, aiming to replace the multiple software subscriptions. And you can fall in to the black hole with the multiple software subscriptions. So this is an excellent platform. Integrated investor tools. It includes essential tools like skip tracing, identifying owner contact information, built-in dialer, SMS platform right in the CRM, which are vital to reach motivated sellers. There's a wholesaling pipeline, provides a visual with stages that match the wholesaling process. Lead, offer made, under contract, that's very important, disposition. Making it easy to track high volume of potential deals, and that's important. Once you get going, you've got to be able to easily track those. And as you scale up, that's going to become more important. When you're first starting, it doesn't matter. But when you start dealing with multiple leads, multiple position of those leads, multiple stages, that's where that happens. There's performance tracking and reporting. It offers a comprehensive performance dashboard to track key metrics like cost per lead, cost per deal, conversion rates, allowing investors to analyze their marketing ROI instantly. Now, who wouldn't want that? That is the number one CRM that my friend, who's over 25 years, he's done over 1,000 deals, would recommend. I'm not going to say his name because that's not my privilege to do that, but I'll tell you that I would look at that one. The second one, FreedomSoft. It's a veteran platform in the real estate investor space, which means that it can eventually get a little dated because people don't tend to update things as much. And I'm not saying that that's a big problem with that. I do not know this one as well as I know REI Simply. It's known for its focus on the marketing and automated lead management for both wholesaling and flipping. A lot of people use it. Marketing lead generation comes with pre-built websites for lead capture and provides tools to quickly generate marketing lists, including options for direct mail, campaigns, and ringless voicemail. Isn't that nice? Workflow automation. Automation that allows wholesalers to set up sequences of actions. It's important so you can go back and know where you're in the process with any one deal. And in order to build systems, eventually you're going to have that. It depends on how close you are to scaling up. It helps you nurture leads based on their status, engagement, ensuring consistent and timely follow-up. There's team management, and scaling supports a growing team by allowing assignment of leads to acquisition managers, tracking their activity. So as you get into the next level, this is something you want to look at. That's why REI Simply is by far and away the number one, because it allows you to scale without getting too deep into these things. So it really depends on where you're at as a business too. And then there's InvestorFuse IF3, focuses sharply on lead conversion. Accountability, designed to ensure that no motivated seller lead is missed or forgotten once it enters the system. And that can easily happen unless you really track it, because you can forget where you are at any one point. That's why it's very important to take notes. With Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes, one of the reasons I got so many clients is because I took the best notes. And my bosses knew where I was at any one moment. So they'd look at him and go, well, he seems like he's pretty competent. Let's go with him. Where the next guy was too lazy to do it, so he didn't get the deals. It's that simple. Speed to lead automation, in other words, enable to get in, quickly connect with the leads. This software, InvestorFuse, excels at quickly routing new leads from various sources, websites, paid ads, property lists, so you know where your money is going in your advertising. To the right person for the immediate follow-up. It's a critical factor in securing distressed deals. You have to be quick. You cannot be slow on that. So if you're going to do it right, you've got to have things put in neat little boxes. That's why it's important when you're getting trained to understand that you are going to have to scale as you would for any business pretty quickly. So who's ever doing your training has got to help you focus on that. There's also clear accountability with this, and accountability metrics for team members showing exactly how long leads are spending in each stage, so you can, as you scale. Now, when we're first starting, we're not even talking about that. And I think the reason that, for me, REI simply stands above is because it allows you to scale at a pace that doesn't get in front of you. So let's talk about a call to action. What we want to understand is why most strategies ignore the real root of distressed deals. And as we go on in this series, we're going to understand how to fix it. And that is all tied in our third video with understanding troubled houses come from troubled people. And it means trouble. One of the things I've had a lot of experience on. It'll be fun. We'll see you in the next video.